spine, right? Every time you're practicing, pretty much think about doing the opposite of what you do all day, right? Probably sitting, right? This shape of that fetal position. We want to like create the opposite of it here. Take another round of breath. And let it go. Gently drop it back down. Slowly come back up. And then we'll go ahead and take it all the way into, actually, hands on our hips. I might have switched it up a little bit. That's okay. We're still practicing all the poses here. Straighten out the front leg. Lean forward. Find a long spine. Just for another moment here. And then flatten the back foot out. Try to line up your heels to each other or the front heel to the back arch. You're going to have the palm on the inside, or facing out, knuckles on the inside of your calf about midway, and then reach straight up from there for your triangle. Soften up the front toes. Breathe here. Maybe look up. Inhale, reverse triangle. Reach it all the way up and back. Another big breath in. And exhale, both hands to the mat. Step back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe come down to the knees, child's pose. I always say sip of water pose, wipe your face pose, right? Whatever you need right now. Plus I need some water. So from here, we will go ahead and maybe get upside down. If this is not in your practice, and you need anything else instead, you can go for it. I just think it's really great to shift our perspective literally and to get upside down, because we're literally helping ourselves with our mood, because there's cerebral spinal fluid that starts to move down your spine towards your brain and basically brings all those happy hormones back to the brain if you've been vertical for too long, or this way for too long. So we're going to set up maybe just a tripod headstand, and you don't even have to do this. If you don't want to do this, you could also lean up against the wall and ragdoll and hold it a little longer. So a couple options. So say if you wanted to have a ragdoll like we did in the beginning with your chin tucked in and lean to the wall, you can hang upside down like this for a while, and it feels pretty good, a little more restorative, but you're still getting that idea of being upside down. You can also take like a wide-legged forward fold and hang upside down like this in case you're not feeling working on your headstand. Also, everything that happens in this video is totally on you. I need to be protected through this, but if you want to set up for it and you know it's in your practice and it's safe and supported, then please go for it. This is all new to me, so we're in this together. So we're going to set up hands shoulder distance, and then your head, the very top of your head, at the top of the mat, so it makes a nice big triangle base, really big base. So when you look back at your hands, you can see your wrist, and you can see that you're, sorry, I got some kind of sand on my mat. You're gonna straighten out the legs, walk the feet in. Maybe your knees come to the back of the arms today and you hold here. If you want to bring the knees together, you can slowly work on straightening out the legs. If you want to come down at any point, stay low and go into child's pose. Whatever version, this is the second version with your knees together and arms back. Just because your head, all that pressure is like rushing to your head, you don't want to sit up really quickly. So a little playtime if you want to have some fun with it. I will continue to teach and kind of see, like feel it out and see what's best practices for this style of teaching. And I love your feedback. So I miss you all so much, and I really, really would love to interact with you. So any kind of comments that you have that will help me become a better teacher for you through this platform, please let me know. So if you're done playing around there for a moment, or you're done being upside down, let's go ahead and bring our legs out in front of us. Have your heels at the top of the mat. Toes flexed up. Take your hands and grab your thighs, and inner thighs roll in, outer thighs roll out, and pull your seat to the side on both sides. It really does help you in the forward fold here. And from here, reach nice and high, long, long spine, making that 90-degree angle, L shape here. Take an inhale. Exhale, actually soften your knees, and then bring your hands to the outside of your feet. Bend your elbows towards the mat and let your head release. Then from there, pull through the crown of your head, and then try to bring your knees towards your armpits a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, maybe straighten out the legs, toes still flexed up. Couple of breaths. Gradually moving your way in. Remember, no forcing. This is pretty much anti-yoga when you're forcing yourself into a pose, right? We want to stay connected to ourselves on every level, and that means honoring ourselves where we are at in that moment. When you do sit back up, bring your right knee in, take your left hand outside your right foot, maybe just for a moment to find this IT band stretch if you want to reach back through the right arm. We'll bring the foot back down, switch it out for the other side. So we're crisscrossing over to the pinky edge. Extend up about 45 degrees, toes still flexed. Reach back, breathe here. We want to try to get all around here. We'll get into a little hip opening here in just a moment. One more breath. And drop your foot down. And then go ahead and scoot maybe forward a little bit so it's easier. Use your core to roll back and down. Bring your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Like really hug it in. And then drop your head and shoulders down. And if you want, bring your hands down by your side for a moment. Move your legs in circles here. So you're using your core. It may not seem like much, but if you like touch your core, you'll feel, oh, it is tight. And you can go both directions. If you want more, you can straighten the legs and do the same thing, but maybe even a little slower to help engage. Both directions. And again, you can make this class harder or easier depending on what you need. And every time I teach, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And I'll also provide classes that are relaxing if that is more appropriate. I just kind of want to see what the consensus is or where everyone's at. So we'll bring the knees nice and wide. Go ahead and stack your feet over your ankles like you're walking on the ceiling for a happy baby. Grab the outer edges of the feet and pull down. Try to pull the tailbone back down. Relax the shoulders. You could hold it still. I like holding it still. A lot of people like to rock. I even like to take my peace fingers to the big toes and extend the legs out to the sides. It just gives you a little bit more extension. And breathe, right? This breath will communicate body to mind. Be patient with your breath. Really use that breath. You can hear my kitties. And go ahead and bring the knees back in. Drop your feet down so your feet are just hip distance. Knees are over your feet. Lift your hips up. Interlace your hands by shimmying the shoulders also underneath you a little bit. And once you lift up, try to relax the glutes a little bit. Breathe here and bridge. 2 more breaths. Release your hands and lower down slow for fallen bridge. Knees together, feet apart, shoulder blades down, and rock your legs to the right and the left. You can move your arms out to the sides and gaze right and left just to release in the spine. So during this, if you like to have some gentle music, or some music gently playing in the background, go for it, right? You can make this whatever playlist you like. That way, you know, if you like silence, then that's even better for you. And let's bring the legs up. So maybe you sit on your hands or your block if you have one at home. And they are really cheap if you want to buy them online. There are the squishy ones, or there's the cork ones that are harder, which actually the cork ones are probably better, but they're a little more expensive. Hands on your lower back to get the legs up. If you want to bring the legs up for shoulder stand, right? Anything you want to do here. You could play with bringing your legs over your head. I don't know if I have too much room here, but you can bend the knees. Just remember, when you do want to come back down, you can take it really slow. Your head can come up for a second, but you want to take it slow and controlled to bring the legs back down. Just checking the time. All right, good. And from here, keep your right knee in, straighten your left leg. Really pull the right knee in close to your body for a moment, squeezing right there at that lymph node. And then guide your right knee over your body. Reach and gaze to the right. So you're keeping the right shoulder down. The right knee doesn't have to touch the ground. Straighten through the bottom leg. And then just stay there. Close your eyes. Work with your body, work with your breath. Right, we can make peace with each one of ourselves individually. Right? We can find this collective peace. But if each of us are fighting this war within ourselves, right, it's going to be really difficult. So that's why this work is so important, because it's not just about ourselves. It becomes a bigger collective energy that's going to shift. So breathe here. Notice it's okay if your body's tight and it's like, nope, I'm not letting go. That's all right. You're still just going to go for it. You're still going to be patient. Still going to send that loving kindness. We'll switch it out for the other side. Gently bring the knee back in. Straighten your right leg long. Bring your left knee in. Squeeze it in. Hold it there just for a moment. You can kind of move it a little left and right or out to the side. Sorry about that. My other phone is on vibrating if you can hear it. Again, this is a very candid experience, and hopefully I'll get better, right? Learning eventually how to edit as well, but this is just raw footage here. And we're going to take the left knee over our body while keeping the left shoulder down. So you can lift your hips up and kind of scoot your right hip underneath you if that helps you. You can even cactus your left arm about 90 degrees to pull the left shoulder down. Gaze over the left shoulder. Straighten through the bottom leg and exhale, find that twist here. Again, I encourage you to close your eyes. Be present with yourself and your experience. Whatever it looks like, whatever it feels like, whatever it is, it's changing all the time. And that's the beauty of it. It's not expected to be anything. So letting that go so you can be open to what it is. Slowing it down even more. We'll bring both knees in and just take your time. If your body's like, oh man, I'm so cranky, because mine is. Because this has been, it's been a lot. There's Jackson. Bring the knees in. Another big hug. And just give yourself this hug so you can digest these experiences as well. And then open up. Straighten your legs. Straighten your arms. You can have them bent as well, that's okay. But feet open like a book, palms up. Close your eyes. Maybe turn your lights down or change the music to something soothing and relaxing that down regulates your nervous system. Settle in. Let the ground come up to meet you. Close your eyes. Maybe cover your eyes. Hopefully you can find some time. I know it's hard when we have our whole families in the home or animals in the home, but if you can give yourself at least 5 minutes, or because you're not in a classroom, you can give yourself longer. Get really comfortable.
find whatever you need. If you want to put blankets on you or like anything, that's the beauty of practicing at home. Close your eyes. And give yourself this time. It's just a few minutes where you're going to be still. You're going to be present with your energy now that your body got rid of some of the tension and that you worked on that really amazing, powerful breath of yours that brings you more and more into the present moment. Can you just be still, be quiet, listen, feel. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to fix anything. You can just be exactly the way you are right now. Knowing that you are enough, you have enough, you are more than capable, and you're strong to get through anything. You're resilient. And give yourself that grace to be human. I'll give you these last few minutes here so you don't have to worry about the time. Just be. Close your eyes and breathe. One more minute. Sending out gratitude for everything we do have. Raise your vibration and let it emanate from your heart so we can raise the vibration everywhere. Big breath in and a really big breath out. The deeper exhales actually help to turn that on that relaxation response. So big breath in, hold it at the top, and a bigger breath out. Maybe moving through your wrists and ankles, fingers and toes. Stretch overhead. Remembering everything about this practice, take it with you. If you want to bring your knees in and roll to your side and gently come up to a seated pose. We'll sit nice and tall. Any way you want to sit, just sit really tall. Hands come up to prayer. You're welcome to also stay right where you're at. If you're feeling like, no, I'm good,
I want to stay here. I want to savor and marinate in this beautiful energy that you've created. And go for it. Thumbs to your third eye center. Sealing in this practice. Thank you for showing up, for being authentic, for being open. I bow to you and to everybody that we grow together. Namaste. Thank you so much. Tune in again, and I would love all the feedback you have because I really am doing this for you, and I hope it helped. So thank you. Namaste.